Sreejesh, your father is the one who played a very big role in your career. He sold his cow to buy you a hockey kit as a kid. How important would you say is family support for the career of a sports person like you?
The family play really crucial roles in your initial stage, because that's the time, if being a kid, you're choosing one game, and from there you are working hard to win a medal. But until unless if your parents are not allowing you to go there, until unless if your parents are not funding for that expenditure, you will not succeed. And you know what, over the net you cannot achieve anything. So until unless if your parents are not there till you reach somewhere, then your career is nowhere. You will not reach anywhere. So that's where I admire my parents a lot, because being from a farmer family, financial support was one of the crucial elements which I faced in my early stage. And fortunately, my father was more supportive, and even my mother never, objected him to do so. And that's why when I requested my dad for some money to buy my first goalkeeper equipment, he never said no to me. He spoke with my coaches and he sent me money. And later on, when I reached my home, that's the time I realized he sold the cow, and that's how he paid that amount. But that gives me as a child a more responsibility, a huge responsibility, because when your parents started to trust you, when your parents give you full support, that gives you some sort of responsibility to take things seriously. When there will be difficulty. I mean, I faced a lot of difficulties when I joined my first camp. It was, one of that was like language, because being from Kerala, Hindi was, okay, I learned Hindi in my school, but I'm not used to it speaking it. English was not that familiar with me. Then Malayalam was the only language which I was really good with. Then I used to speak Tamil. So I hated to be there, because you are from a different culture, you are meeting new people, the food is totally different, the dressing culture is totally different. So I struggled a lot, but my parents' sacrifice, this kind of sacrifice forced me to be there. That gives me energy to stay there and work harder to achieve something. So I think even for any players, their parents, if the parents are helping them, then that is going to give that youngster, that kids, more responsibility to take up things more seriously.
So parental support does go a very long way, is what I'm picking up from you. What advice do you have for parents today who are watching? They have young kids who probably want to take on to this sport or any other sport for that matter. How should they encourage their children? Because look at your father, what he did for you and where you got today.
See, one thing I want to tell them, to the parents, sports is something which useful for future, because physical fitness is one thing which more important than anything. If you are sending your kids for any professional things, if you are sending your kids for any higher educations, their life should not end up behind a chair or behind a computer. It should be like healthy. So you just ask them to do sports or make sports as part of their life. So
right, go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can. I'll give you a second to adjust. Yes. Go on.
Yeah.
I can hear you. I can hear you very clearly. Go on.
Okay. So once you allow your kids to take up a sports, give them freedom, because over the net nobody can become champions. And the best part of sports is you started to accept failures. Because nowadays, why kids are committing suicide, why kids are getting into alcohol or any other addiction? Because they are not having any kind of entertainment. People are spending most of the time in front of TV. They're playing online games. They're playing games on computer. So instead of that, force them to get out, play outdoor games. So that will help them to make or create more communication skills, and they will start to accept failures. They will get to know that the idea of team bonding, team activities. Then they will get that sweetness of success. So that will help them to success in their any career, even if it's education, even if it's any business.
Because there are so many lessons that you learn from playing any sport for that matter, right? And that whole team spirit or taking losses as they come your way and enjoying the highs and the wins that come your way as well. I guess those are learnings that you can use in any aspect, whether you want to pursue any profession in your life later, right?
Exactly. It's just like if you can accept failure, that is the best thing. And if you can accept failure, and if you are capable to analyze why I lost, that is the biggest lesson which I learned from this sports career. Because if you can analyze yourself, then you are in the progression part. You are in the progression way. So you just need to work. Okay, why I failed, how I failed, I know that, okay, next time I will not commit that mistake. So that is what everyone does, even it's in business, even it's in their professional life.